Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hey, what's up? My name is Pamela. I'm a skinfluencer and a student esthetician. I'll be graduating in about a month. Yay! So hopefully in the future we should see some more regular uploads from me. I've had the opportunity to learn so much about the skin at aesthetic school, and I want to share a bit of that with you here today. This is going to be a complete beginner skincare guide packed with a lot of information. So without further ado, let's jump in. Let's go over some basic guidelines to identify skin type. Your skin type is predetermined by genetics, and it basically measures the amount of oil your skin naturally produces. So we'll start off with the first skin type, which is normal or balanced. A normal or balanced skin type is what's typically referred to as good skin. It doesn't really ever break out, the pore size is fairly small, it's got a smooth texture, it feels soft, and it has a healthy glow. The main focus for this skin type should be preservation and protection, since it's already in a pretty good state. All it requires is a simple skincare routine: cleanser, exfoliation, moisturizer, and sun protection. In a bit, we will go into what all these products mean, how to use them in a skincare routine, but for right now, let's discuss more skin types. Next up, we have oily skin. Now, I think most people who have oily skin know that they have oily skin because when they wake up, their face is really shiny. The pore size on oily skin is quite visible all over the face. It tends to be a bit larger. This skin type may experience blackheads and pimples more frequently due to the excess oil production, which may clog up pores and cause inflammation and breakouts. Fun fact, when most people are referring to their pores, they're actually talking about their follicles. Follicles may or may not have hair, but this is where sebaceous glands or your oil glands are located. You actually sweat out of your pores. Oil doesn't come out of them at all. Though oily skin may deal with a lot in terms of blackheads and potential breakouts, because the skin is thicker and very well lubricated, it does tend to appear more youthful for a longer period of time. The lubrication of the oil really does slow down the aging process, at least externally. This skin type should focus on cleansing, frequent exfoliation, and hydrating the skin with water-based products. You'll want to avoid heavier, thicker, richer creams that are more oil-based because they can clog up the follicles, so remember that's the pores, and potentially produce breakouts. Oily skin types can also incorporate detoxifying and clarifying ingredients that are often found in masks. Using a detox mask once a week in your skincare routine can prove to be very beneficial. Combination skin usually consists of a combination between two skin types. Traditionally, it's either oily and dry or oily and normal. This skin type is going to have a moderate to high amount of oil production. Hydration levels can be good in the skin, but they can also be dehydrated. Dehydrated skin is often conflated with having dry skin, but oily skin and combination skin can both experience dehydration. We'll circle back to dehydration in a bit. The follicle, aka the pore size, in combination skin is a pretty big giveaway. You may notice significantly larger follicles along the T-zone than the sides of the face. The T-zone is made up of the forehead, the center of the face, so usually the nose and the chin. And the less commonly talked about U-zone would be the rest of the face, so it kind of is in the shape of a U. It's everywhere else. Combination skin may experience some breakouts or blackheads along the T-zone area and more flaky or dry patches on the other areas of the face, the U-zone. This skin type needs to focus on cleansing and a good exfoliation routine. It's also going to be especially helpful to treat this skin type separately. For example, you can focus on exfoliation a little bit more frequently in the T-zone area and then once a week exfoliate the entire face. You can also spot treat with a detoxifying mask. So that would consist of applying a clay oil controlling mask along the T-zone and possibly a separate, more hydrating mud mask along the sides of the face. You can even apply a water-based gel moisturizer in the T-zone and something a bit creamier on the sides of the face where the skin may be drier. I know this sounds kind of annoying because it's essentially saying buy two products and use them separately on your face, but there are some moisturizers that actually have a duo where a portion of the moisturizer will be gel or water-based and the other portion will be cream, so it'll be a little bit heavier. Those are going to be great for combination skin types. I do know of two options at the moment, so I'll have those linked in the description if you're interested in checking them out. That way it's a little bit easier to use since it's two products in one. And lastly, let's talk about my favorite skin type since it's my own: dry skin. The main goal of dry skin is going to be to find products that provide moisture. So remember what I said, skin type is based on genetics and it basically measures the amount of oil production in the skin. Dry skin is going to have very minimal oil production. That's kind of our whole shtick. And that is the major difference between having dry and dehydrated skin, though they may present similarly to most people. Dry skin is an unchanging skin type that lacks oils, but dehydration lacks hydration or water. And the good news is it's able to be changed. Now the follicle or pore size on dry skin is going to appear quite small. It's gonna hardly be visible. Dry skin may feel a bit rougher to the touch. It's going to appear sort of lackluster and dull. It may experience blotchiness or flaking skin. Oftentimes, dry skin and sensitive skin go hand in hand. Though it is possible for oily or combination skin to also be sensitive, there is a difference between having sensitive skin and sensitized skin. Sensitive skin is genetic, it really won't go away, and it needs to be managed. However, if you're experiencing sensitive skin more recently, but your skin wasn't always sensitive, there's a good chance you did something in your routine to freak out your skin a bit. This would be called sensitized skin. The good news is it can be fixed by focusing on barrier repair and simplifying your routine. That means taking out all of the active ingredients and all of the exfoliation. Since this is a beginner skincare routine, we're going to focus on the basics, starting off with the first step of our routine, cleanser. As simple as it sounds, this is where it might get a little complicated. There are many different types of cleansers, but they all serve the same purpose. Cleansers dissolve makeup, oil, and dirt and keep those follicles, aka the pores, clean. It is also a vital preparation step for the rest of your routine. You want to start off your routine strong, so finding the right cleanser for you really is an essential. Rule number 1, if you are using a bar of soap, save it for your body, please. The pH of a bar of soap is way too alkaline for the skin on your face. Healthy skin is slightly acidic and has a pHa of about 5.5. So using a bar soap with a pH of about 9 or 10 is really going to throw off your skin's balance. Using products that are too alkaline can increase the skin's sensitivity, dryness, and flaking. On the other hand, using products that are too acidic can result in redness, inflammation, and skin that's painful to the touch. The best way to go is to use a pH balanced cleanser that is designed for the face. Okay, rule number 2, never, ever use a cleanser that leaves your skin feeling stripped and squeaky clean. That is not good. I cannot emphasize that enough. Gentle, pH balance, this is the way to go. If you do want to check out some of my favorite skincare products, that video will be linked at the very end of this one. So there are different types of cleansers. We have micellar waters that help to remove makeup, dirt, and oils, but should not replace a main cleanser. They should be thought of as just makeup removers. And by the way, using makeup remover wipes do not constitute washing your face. But personally, my skin gets irritated from using micellar water, so I don't love to recommend them. I would much rather use an oil-based cleanser to remove oil-based products and debris. In this case, we would be discussing a double cleanse. This is a super popular practice in Korean and Japanese skincare, and if you don't know, they're pretty much the end-all be-all of skincare. Typically, in a double cleanse, you would first apply an oil cleanser to dry skin to help break up makeup, sunscreen, dirt, and other oil-based debris on the skin. So after applying your oil-based cleanser, you would then follow up with a water-based cleanser. This makes up the double cleanse. Now, the double cleanse is typically performed at night since it does remove sunscreen and makeup. Oil cleansers are great for all skin types, so my oily skin friends, do not be afraid, do not be thrown off by the name. In fact, it can help remove excessive sebum. Remember, oil attracts oil. Okay, so after you've done your oil cleanse and removed your makeup and sunscreen, it's time to move on to your water-based cleanser. Water-based cleansers can be the first step of a morning routine or the second step of a nighttime routine. And there are quite a few different options for water-based cleansers. Cleansing gels that foam up on the skin are going to be better suited for oily, combination, and normal skin types. There are some foaming cleansers that are non-stripping that I've personally tried and I do believe dry skin types can enjoy, but overall, if something is foaming, that does indicate that it might be a little bit stripping on the skin, so you'll want to save it for the skin types that can handle it. There are certain cleansers that may provide additional ingredients that can benefit certain skin concerns, like acne. The These cleansers contain active ingredients and should be thought of as exfoliating cleansers. Because they do exfoliate, these are not cleansers that you're going to want to use daily, especially if you're combining it with other products in your routine that may be treating that specific skin concern you have. We will talk more about exfoliation later on. While it has so many benefits, it's really important not to overdo it. One thing you do not want to do is overwhelm your skin with multiple treatment products trying to attack one skin concern. All of those active ingredients can definitely worsen your skin and damage its protective barrier, which is what keeps the outside out and the inside in. If you do have a specific skin concern that you're seeking treatment for, I don't recommend finding that in the cleansing step. I think it's smarter and safer to go in with a gentle but hydrating water-based cleanser and save the treatment for one step later on in the routine. Okay, so far with cleansers, we've talked about micellar waters, we talked about oil cleansers to remove makeup. We talked about gel cleansers and we talked about exfoliating cleansers. Now we have cleansing lotions. I know there's so many. Now these won't strip the skin's natural oils and they won't disturb the skin's pH. These cleansers are going to be better suited for normal to dry skin types. And lastly, we have cream cleansers, which are exactly what they sound like. These are going to be best suited for dry and mature skin. As we age, our skin tends to produce less and less oil, so it does become drier. Hydration and moisture become even more vital on mature skin, so it's important to find it in every step of the routine. In truth, you don't have to wash your skin twice a day. This really depends on your skin type and your personal preference. Those with a drier skin type may opt to skip morning cleanser because it can leave the skin feeling dry or dehydrated. But those with an oilier skin type might find it important to cleanse in the morning to help remove some of that excess oil. But you need to wash your face at least once a day. That is a non-negotiable. And if you choose to only wash your face once a day, I do recommend to do it at nighttime. That way you're removing all of the dirt and debris that your skin has come in contact with throughout the day. Next up, we have my favorite step of a skincare routine. This is toner. Some people will tell you that toner is not necessary, but in my opinion, it is a core essential because it focuses on hydration, and hydration is an essential of a skincare routine. Toners are water-based liquids that can completely transform your skin if you find the right one. Toners are acidic, so if you're using a cleanser that isn't pH balanced and is slightly more alkaline, which most cleansers do tend to be, toner is a necessity. It's going to help rebalance your skin's pH to a healthy 5.5 so it can truly thrive. Not only that, but toner helps to soften the skin and improve product penetration for the following steps. My favorite part of toner is the hydration that it provides. Having hydrated skin will completely transform the way your skin looks. It's going to have a beautiful, natural radiance to it without any product on it. Hydrated skin is healthy skin, and healthy skin protects. It's able to fight off acne-causing stressors that are found all over the environment from free radicals, and hydrated skin heals much faster. If you only take away one thing from the video, let it be this: dehydration is the enemy. Everyone needs hydration in their routine. It's important to not only get hydration from drinking lots of water, but also applying products topically that can keep the skin well hydrated. Okay, so next up in our routine of the 4 basics is moisturizer. The job of this product is to nourish and protect the skin. It's important to select a moisturizer based on your skin type and environment. The humidity or dryness of the climate you are in is going to have a major impact on the product that you select. In colder climates where the air is quite dry, the skin will become itchy and flaky. When temperatures drop, the moisture in your skin also drops. This is in part due to central heating, which also makes your skin drier. Lower temperatures outside versus higher temperatures inside where there is a central heating system can cause inflammation and irritation to the skin due to this fluctuation in temperatures. We also tend to drink less water in the winter, which results in poorer skin hydration. Hotter, humid climates tend to make the skin produce more oils. Then there's the added element of potential excessive sun exposure. This lends itself into a much larger issue of hyperpigmentation and UV damage, which can lead to skin cancer. The environment can definitely have an impact on our skin, so finding the right moisturizer that can seal in hydration is super important, and it can change seasonally. So let's discuss a couple different types of moisturizers. We have a standard moisturizer that includes creams and lotions. This will help trap the skin's natural oils on the surface of the skin. Those really rich and thick cream moisturizers are going to be best suited for dry skin, where something that's more lightweight, even water-based, is going to be more ideal for oily and combination skin skin types. If you have a normal skin type, congratulations once again. The world is your oyster when it comes to products. Y'all can really use anything. Your skin can get away with using really lightweight products, and it can get away with using products that are a bit better suited for dry skin. At the end of the day, it's up to your personal preference. You got it like that. Okay, so moving on to the last step in your morning routine, sunscreen. This is the most important step in your morning routine. It's the only step you truly need in the morning. You can skip everything else, but please don't skip sunscreen. Daily sunscreen application protects the skin from premature signs of aging, skin damage, UV radiation, and skin cancer. Many of us know to wear sunscreen when we're going to the beach to prevent sunburn. But sunscreen is not just for the beach, and it's not just for those with a lighter skin tone. We all need sunscreen. Now, there are two main types of sunscreens. We have chemical sunscreens and we have mineral sunscreens. Mineral sunscreens are also called physical sunscreens or mechanical sunscreens. These are sunscreens that contain titanium dioxide and zinc oxide. They tend to be a better option for those with sensitive skin, as they don't really cause irritation or any reactions, and they also don't sting the eye area when applied. There are some discrepancies as far as how both products work to screen the sun, but for many people the main difference comes down to leaving a white cast or not. While mineral or physical sunscreens do tend to leave a white cast, chemical sunscreens don't. These are sunscreens that contain ingredients like avobenzone, oxybenzone, homosalate, and octisalate. These sunscreens might sting the eye depending on the brand. In my experience, I found that kids' sunscreens tend to be a lot more gentle and don't sting the eye area. A good rule of thumb for the amount of sunscreen to apply is 2 fingers length for the face and 1 finger's length for the neck, so 3 in total. Reapplication is one of the more challenging aspects of wearing sunscreen daily. It's generally recommended to apply every 2 hours depending on the SPF amount. Because this is challenging for a lot of people, keep in mind it might be a good idea to wear hats or to stay out of direct sunlight and wear long sleeve clothing. Personally, I like to travel with a sun stick to make sunscreen application much easier. It kind of looks like deodorant and you would apply it in the same way, just onto your face. It's super convenient and really easy to use. It's great because you also don't have to worry about finding a sink and washing your hands before applying the product, making sure it gets everywhere. This is just a one-stop shop for reapplication. I will have it linked in the description below. Okay, so a common question when it comes to sunscreen is, do you have to wear it even when it's not sunny? So when it's cloudy, when it's raining outside, the answer is yes. UV rays can still penetrate through those clouds and damage your skin. Think of it this way, even when it's cloudy, the earth doesn't suddenly become ice cold, right? We can still feel the sun. If we couldn't, we wouldn't survive very long without it. So if we can still feel the warmth of the sun, even if we can't see it, our skin is still feeling the damage from those UV rays. Now, do you have to wear sunscreen indoors is another common question. In my opinion, if you are sitting by a window, it's really sunny outside, you're sitting there for an extended period of time, yes, then I would recommend applying sunscreen. Otherwise, if you're not, I don't think it's completely necessary to wear inside the house. I think for the average person, since sunscreen can be quite a bit expensive, it would kind of feel like a waste of product or waste of money to apply indoors if you're not really in the sun or if you're not really by a window where it's sunny, so I don't think it's necessary. Now let's quickly discuss a specialty product that you may want to consider adding into your routine at least once a week. This weekly addition would be an exfoliant. Now, exfoliation is going to soften, smooth, and brighten your complexion. It works by dissolving the very top layer of dead skin cells. Now, these dead skin cells can sit on the skin and clog the follicles, remember that's the pores, and result in blackheads, inflammation, pimples, all the stuff that you don't typically want on your skin. However, it's important to remember that dead skin cells are a part of the skin's acid mantle, which is part of the skin's larger protective barrier. You want to buff away that top layer of skin so it shines, but not so much that it leaves the skin raw and causes damage. Exfoliation also improves the skin's ability to retain moisture and improve product penetration. Another bonus is if you are a makeup wearer, exfoliation is going to make makeup application go on so much smoother. There are a lot of pros that come from weekly exfoliation. Now there are two main types of exfoliants, kind of similar to sunscreen. We have chemical exfoliants and we have physical or mechanical exfoliants. Now mechanical exfoliants are going to be your scrubs. They usually contain some sort of bead or grainy texture. You'll want to wet the skin first before applying these. Mechanical exfoliants are effective, however they're very easy to overuse. It provides a very sensorial experience, so you can feel yourself buffing away the dead skin cells and your skin is becoming smoother, so it's very easy to apply a little too much pressure and cause some real damage. So if you know you're a little heavy-handed, you might want to opt to use a chemical exfoliant. Typically, many chemical exfoliants or liquid exfoliants will come in the form of an exfoliating toner. I know that sounded a little bit confusing. Sometimes these products may look like a toner, but this is not to be confused with a hydrating toner, which is safe to use daily. Anything with exfoliation in the name should be used sparingly and never daily. With chemical exfoliants, you'll want to apply them onto dry skin, never wet, as this can cause more irritation to the skin. Now, chemical exfoliants contain ingredients like hydroxy acids, and there are three main types of hydroxy acids. We have beta hydroxy acids, alpha hydroxy acids, and polyhydroxy acids. So they go by BHA, AHA, or PHA respectively. BHAs are oil soluble, so they're going to be best suited for oily skin types. They're anti-inflammatory, antibacterial, and help with oil control. A popular example of a BHA is salicylic acid, which is the most commonly used active ingredient found in acne-fighting products. BHAs also penetrate deep below the skin surface to dissolve sebum and help keep the follicles, aka pores, clear. Now AHAs are water soluble, so they can't penetrate as deeply as BHAs. They work on the surface layer of the skin to remove dead skin cells. These make better options for normal, dry, sun-damaged, and mature or aging skin types because of their ability to enhance natural moisturizing factors found within the skin. AHAs help to fade dark spots and restore moisture and plumpness to the skin. Now the least commonly talked about hydroxy acid is PHA, but these are the most gentle. PHAs have a larger molecular weight, so they don't penetrate as deeply into the skin, thereby reducing risk of irritation. These help to smooth the skin and improve the overall tone while also hydrating the skin. It's best suited for dry and sensitive skin types. Another form of chemical exfoliation comes from enzymes. Enzymatic exfoliants are seriously underrated. They are super gentle and excellent for sensitive or reactive skin, which is skin that tends to react quite easily. It usually gets pretty red, maybe due to touching, a little bit of excess pressure, it could be weather changes, etc. This is going to be the most ideal type of exfoliant for those with rosacea as well. You can apply exfoliants at night or during the day depending on the other products in your routine. Many chemical exfoliants can't be combined with other ingredients, so it is important to do your research before just kind of slapping a bunch of products together in a routine. Ideally, you would save exfoliants for your nighttime routine when your skin goes into repair mode. That way they're really able to work their magic. You'll want to stick with using exfoliants once or twice a week depending on your skin type and how gentle the exfoliant is. Generally, oily skin or combination skin can handle more exfoliation than drier and sensitive skin types. Resilient oily skin types may be able to get away with exfoliating even 3 times a week, so it depends, but just proceed with caution. At the end of the day, it's really about what your skin can handle and what it needs. Okay, so let's recap on products quickly. You wake up in the morning, it's time to wash your face, so you head over to the bathroom. First thing you do is wet the skin and apply a water-based cleanser. Remember, cleansing can be customized. You can do a double cleanse in the morning if you do have very oily skin and want to remove excess sebum, or if you were using really heavy, rich products the night before that are still on your skin. You would do this by first applying an oil-based cleanser on dry skin, rinse it off with warm water, and then on wet skin apply your water-based cleanser. Drier skin types don't necessarily have to cleanse in the morning. They can wet the skin and go right in with a toner. It really depends on how dirty their skin feels, if they were sweating throughout the night, or if they did apply really heavy skincare products. You'll want to massage the skin by using the pads of your fingertips very gently in an upward circular motion. Be sure to get around the hairline, the crook of the nose, the jawline, and the neck. After cleansing and on damp skin, you'll want to go in next with a toner and pat that in. You don't need to pour out too much product, but it can be applied in layers, should you choose to seek out more hydration. And this product can be used daily, twice a day. Give that about 30 seconds to absorb into the skin before going in with about a quarter-sized amount of moisturizer. Remember, the moisturizer you pick is dependent on your skin type and your environment. after moisturizer, the last step of a skincare routine will be sunscreen. This is, again, the most important step. Use the 3-finger method to apply and carry some with you throughout the day. Now, let's recap the nighttime routine. Typically, we'll save the double cleanse for night. So first step is going to be to remove makeup with a micellar cleanser or an oil-based cleanser. Oil-based cleansers come in 2 forms. Oil cleansers, which tend to be more liquidy, and cleansing balms, which tend to be more balmy. Now, any skin type can use either, but typically oil cleansers are preferred by oily skin types since it is more lightweight, and drier skin types do tend to prefer cleansing balms. Even if you don't wear makeup, should you still use an oil cleanser? The answer is yes. Remember, oil-based cleansers break down the oil-based debris in our environment and in the skin products we use, aka sunscreen. So on dry skin with clean hands, we're going to gently massage in our oil-based cleanser all over the face for about a minute or so. Then rinse off with warm water. You'll follow up with your water-based cleanser on damp skin, rinse that off, and follow up with toner applied onto damp skin as well. Give the skin about 30 seconds in between and finish off with moisturizer. We don't need to apply sunscreen at night since the sun has set. And weekly, you'll want to incorporate an exfoliant. Let's use the same structure as our nighttime routine for this example. In an effort to keep this routine concise, about once or twice a week, you'll want to swap out the toner and replace it with your exfoliant. Remember, physical exfoliant should be applied on damp skin and chemical exfoliant should be applied on dry skin. So after cleansing, you'll want to pat the skin dry and then apply. Then you can continue on with moisturizer and prepare for bed. I recommend doing your skincare routine about 30 minutes before you're planning to go to bed, so it does give your products ample time to absorb fully. Whew. Alright y'all, that was a long one, but thank you so much for sticking with me. I hope you found it helpful. There's a lot more detail we could have gone into, but I hope this gave you enough to start up a routine or to improve a routine that you currently have. Be sure to check out some of my other videos if you're interested in learning more about skincare and beauty. And if you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment below. I will do my best to get back to you. This is a safe space where anyone can feel free to learn about their skin, so please don't be shy and ask away. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye! Stay safe.